Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he is one of the ancestors of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a descendant of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam through Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam. Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam is the son of who? Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. Around the age of 7, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam was commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, قَالَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ أَسْلِمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, submit. Islam, the word Islam means to submit. And some people, they mistranslate it to peace. That is as-salam. This is Islam. Islam means to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in obedience. Farma baddari. إذ قال له ربه أسلم قال أسلمت لرب العالمين. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam is age 7. How old? 7. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands him to submit, and he says, Aslamtu li rabbil alamin. He says, I submit to the sustainer of all the worlds. At age 7. He's a child. But this is a Nabi of Allah. He's not a normal child. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he had many tests throughout his time. And one of the tests was of the tyrant Nimrud. And Nimrud, he wanted to place Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam in blazing fire. Blazing hot fire. He set up a large fire and he decided to catapult Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam into the fire. So, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam is a Nabi of Allah. Jibreel alayhi salam, he came and asked, Oh Ibrahim, do you have any need? Oh Ibrahim, do you have any need? Before he's been put into the fire. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he replied, I need something but not from you. I need something but not from you. Jibreel alayhi salam, he understood and he said, kindly ask for your need from him. I mean, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he says, he is watching, so there is no need to say anything.
Subhanallah, subhanallah.
He is watching, so there is no need to say anything. This is a Nabi of Allah subhanahu alayhi salam, who trusts Allah. Look at the tawakkul. In fire. Can you imagine a whole fire? May Allah protect you all from your houses burning. One of my relatives, their house was burned. They had a whole fire in their house. A whole fire. Can you imagine a fire and then so hot and so huge? And a tyrant who was ready to do this? And then what was the response? قُلْنَا يَا نَارُ كُونِي بَرْدًا. Oh fire! Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the fire to be cool. And Ibrahim alayhi salam, nothing happened to him. This is for the one who trusts Allah. This is for the one who trusts Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَعَلَى اللَّهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. And indeed, only in Allah should the believers rely. Rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You come, you're faced with a problem, remember the response of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam to Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam. He is watching, there is no need to say anything. SubhanAllah. Then Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he made hijrah to Ash-Sham, Syria, Greater Syria. At the time, this included Palestine. Now they've made borders, but before there was no borders like this. All of that area, including Palestine, was called Ash-Sham, which is Greater Syria. And he reached an old age and he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, Rabbi habli min as-salihin. This is mentioned in the Quran. Oh Allah, oh my Lord, bestow upon me righteous offspring in an old age. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he granted him Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam. Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam. Then another test comes to Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. He is commanded to leave his wife and Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam, who is still drinking milk at that age, in Makkah al-Mukarramah, where it is completely uninhabited. No people there. in a desert. And Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he leaves his son, he leaves his wife in Makkah al-Mukarramah. And he leaves, obeying the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, trusting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at the test. We don't understand it. We're not understanding the reality of this. You have little children. You have young children. Imagine leaving your child in a desert without water. And then what happens, Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam, he kicks on the floor and water springs up. But you have to rely on Allah. You have to leave your child there. You have to go the step and then leave. You have to rely on Allah. Once you rely on Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants Zamzam water until the day of judgment. That's amazing, isn't it? These are not stories that we just remember, oh, mashallah, mashallah, what a Nabi of Allah, and then we don't do anything about it ourselves. وَعَلَى اللَّهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. And indeed, only in Allah should the believers rely. And then, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, when Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam is age 13 now, approximately, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he has a dream that he is sacrificing his son. Sacrificing as in what? He is slaughtering his son with a knife. He has a dream. And the dreams of the Anbiya, the dreams of the prophets are revelation from Allah. So what does he do? He goes to Makkah. قال يا بني إني أرى في المنام أني أذبحك فانظر ماذا ترى. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he says, Ya bunayya, oh my son, indeed I see in my dream that I am slaughtering you. So what do you say about this? قال يا أبت افعل ما تؤمر ستجدني إن شاء الله من الصابرين. Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam, he says, Ya abati, oh my father, افعل ما تؤمر. Do what you have been commanded to do. You've been commanded to slaughter me, slaughter me. Ya abati, افعل ما تؤمر. افعل ما تؤمر. And then, ستجدني إن شاء الله من الصابرين. Indeed, you shall find me from the patient. You will find me from the ones who are patient. This is the great son of the great father. This is a Nabi, son of a Nabi. This is a Sabir, son of a Sabir. This is a Salih, son of a Salih. This is a pious, son of a pious. This is a righteous, son of a righteous. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ya abati, if'al ma tu'mar. Do what Allah has commanded you. Subhanallah. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he takes his son, who is age 13, approximately to Mina. We talked about Mina, isn't it? The camps. He takes him to the Mina area. And he puts a knife on the neck of his son. He sharpens the knife and he puts it on the neck of his son. And he slaughters him. But guess what? The knife doesn't work. The knife doesn't work. Meaning the sharpness of the knife, the effect of the knife is created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No matter if the knife is sharp or not, if Allah wills for the knife to cut, then it will cut. Otherwise it will not cut. It didn't cut. What did he do? He sharpened it again. No one commanded him to do it again. He was commanded to do it. He done it. It didn't cut. What did he do? He sharpened it again and he done it again. Didn't work. Because he wanted to obey the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It didn't work the second time. He sharpened it again and he tried it. It didn't cut. Can you imagine just trying to slaughter your child and obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but the knife isn't working? The father, the righteous father of the righteous son. Both, you see, it's both of them. Both of them want to obey Allah. Both of them want to submit to Allah. What is happening? The knife isn't working. Subhanallah. Jibreel alayhi salam, he arrives with a male sheep and he places it instead of Sayyidina Ismail. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he slaughters the sheep and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts that as a sacrifice. I mean, that dream was a test from Allah. It was a test from Allah, isn't it? He had to slaughter his son. And he did it. He went for it. He done everything. And then what did Allah do? Allah rewarded him by taking out his son and placing the sheep instead of it. So when we slaughter the sheep in these ayyam, remember that this is not just a festival. It is not just a celebration, oh, get nice clothes and go out and eat ghost and eat the meat and eat the sheep and just consume and not think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the sunnah of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, which all the Muslims have to do until the day of judgment. Why? Because he was obeying Allah. He was obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah give us the ability to follow the sunnah of Sayyidina Ibrahim. May Allah allow us to submit ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I submit to the Lord of the creation. Every creation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a sustainer. And He puts you in tests. You will find it every day you are put into tests. Sometimes you are put into a test that you have to lie. You want to lie to protect yourself, to save yourself. That is a test from Allah. Don't lie, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect you. Look ahead, isn't it? Look ahead. The lives of the Anbiya tell us this. Look ahead. The fire was created. The fire had no effect on Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. The knife, he was commanded to cut his son. The knife had no effect on Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam. When we are commanded not to lie, we must not lie. In order to protect ourselves, Allah will save us. Do not do fraud with anyone. Do not hurt any Muslim. These are the teachings of Islam. May Allah enable us to follow these. In these ayyam, this Qurbani that we're talking about now, to the topic, I'll just give you some background of it. There are rulings regarding this. It isn't that you can just take a chicken and slaughter and say, this is my Qurbani done. No. There are some requirements. Every sane Muslim, Qurbani is wajib, it is obligatory for every sane adult Muslim who is a resident, he's a muqim, he's not traveling, he's a muqim, male and female owner of nisab. It doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, if you own the nisab, nisab is a threshold of wealth that you must possess. So every person who possesses that amount, Qurbani is wajib upon them. Adult, it must be an adult, not a child. A child in terms of Sharia, who has not reached bulugh, the age of puberty. An owner of nisab is the one who possesses $52.5 of silver, or the money or goods or other things equivalent to this amount. And you will say, what is tola and what is 52.5? 1 tola is equal to 11.664 grams. I'm just going to give you the mathematics. So 52.5 tola of silver would equal 612.36 grams. The total nisab, I checked at 11:30ish today, is £342.92. £342.92. So take an underestimate if you want, and that means you are the owner of nisab, you are adult. This amount of wealth must be in excess of your requirements, your hajatul asliya, the basic essentials of life, such as your clothes, your car, essentials. You have a TV, for example, which is £400, you are owner of nisab. It is extra, isn't it? If it's extra, all of the extra you take out the total amount, if it's equivalent to £342, whatever I mentioned, if it's equivalent to that or more than that, Qurbani is wajib for you. Qurbani is wajib for you. So if other things in which are extra are equivalent or more than the nisab, Qurbani will be wajib. If someone owes a loan, a debt to someone, and if he gives it to him, he will no longer be the owner of nisab, and Qurbani is not wajib for him. Okay, so you take out the debts, you take out the loans, and then you calculate your total wealth. These are things, for zakat you have to calculate it, for Qurbani you have to calculate it. We Muslims, we must all be amateur accountants. by now. We must know how to, do hisab of our wealth. Some people are sleeping, they don't even know how much money they have. Regularly calculate your wealth. Whenever you are dealing with someone, there's a problem in the Muslim community that they don't write down what they are giving and selling, how much it is, what is the quantity. Faktub, write it. Write down what you are doing with your wealth. And then you should know how much exactly, how much wealth you have in your house. So that you can give zakat, so that you can do Qurbani. If you don't know, you'll be struggling your entire life. And these people can never be good businessmen. If you do not know how to do your accounts, you will not be good businessmen. The Qurbani will become wajib if the conditions, including the possession of nisab, are met within the stipulated days of the Qurbani. Now there are days. There are specific days. If you are the owner of nisab, within those days, you're an adult, you're a Muslim, you're a muqim, male or female, within those days, Qurbani will be wajib on you. Qurbani will be wajib on you. Those days are from the starting of Fajr time on 10th of Dhul Hijjah. Starting this video, inshallah, it will be up on YouTube. If anyone wants the details, you can contact me or the management, inshallah, and you can go over this if you want. So from Subh al-Sadiq is when the Fajr time starts of 10th Dhul Hijjah until before the sunset of 12th Dhul Hijjah. It's difficult to comprehend this, but I'm mentioning it so that you know that I've mentioned it in the Jummah. You can go over it, you can ask me. Inshallah, tomorrow, Saturday, we have our evening class from Maghrib to Isha. These rulings will be revised in that, inshallah. These rulings will be mentioned in that. And what do you have to sacrifice? You sacrifice a goat, sheep, or a cow, or a camel. Yes? Or a buffalo. The goat, it only has one share. Some people think that one goat, there are 7 people in the house, and they are all, Qurbani is wajib upon them all. And some people think one goat for the whole house is enough. It is not. You need to perform Qurbani for every single person. Yes, the cow and the camel, they have 7 shares. They have 7 shares, meaning a cow, 7 people can take part in the Qurbani of one cow, it will be done for them. But one goat, it only has 1 share. Only one person can do the Qurbani of one goat. Does that make sense? Or no? Yes?
Yes.
One goat has 1 share. Only one person can take part in that. Himself. That's it. No one else. The cow and the camel, they have 7 shares each. 7 people can participate in the Qurbani of a cow and a camel. Is that clear? Yes? A household, you can't just sacrifice one goat for the whole household and say, Subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows my intentions, it is done. It doesn't work like this. You have to do it according to the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The way the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said. You can't just do it by yourself. Aapoi mufti, aapoi alim. No, that is not correct. Okay? So I've mentioned these, there are more details. I can't go over this in the short time of Jummah. Whoever sacrifices, just one hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, on the day of Eid al-Adha, a man performs no other good deed that is dearer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than shedding the blood of the sacrificed animal. There is no deed, can I have your focus? There is no deed which a person performs on the day of Eid al-Adha which is better than performing Qurbani. This sacrificed animal will come with its horns, hair and hooves on the day of judgment, and the sacrifice is accepted by Allah before the blood of the animal reaches the ground. Before, deeds, they are accepted usually after you've done it. But this sacrifice is accepted before the blood of the animal even reaches the ground. Therefore, perform the Qurbani wholeheartedly. These animals will come as the ride for the people on the day of judgment over the sirat. Over the sirat. One final ruling I would like to mention. This is important because Eid is going to come next week. You cannot give money as charity equivalent to a goat and say that is done. It has to be a Qurbani, it has to be a sacrifice of the animal. Now you can do that in your home country or wherever. You have the goat or cow or the camel sacrifice, and then you can take the meat. You can eat it yourself, all of it you want. You can eat all of it you want, the meat. You can eat all of it. There's no issue with that. But it is better to divide it into 3 portions, one for yourself, one for your family and your relatives, and one for the poor from the Ummah of Rasulullah. Yes? So even if you want to consume all the meat yourself, it is completely permissible. There is no sin on that. May Allah enable us to sacrifice our nafs as well in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Rahega yumi, munka jar ja rahega, bade khaak ho jaan jal jaan.